Hi everybody, it's Paige's MMA Dad. It is Monday night, February 8th. I hope everybody's doing well. Winter has been kind in Jersey for the most part, and here we go, February, and here comes March. Hopefully we're coming to spring, but anyway, I'd like to talk to you today about a quote that came to me in church, actually not yesterday, but previous Sunday, and I thought it was pretty good. And I hope I get it right. I hope I remember it, word for word pretty much, so you get the meaning of it. I said, until we embrace our sin, until we embrace the fact that we like to sin, we actually like certain sins, we like to sin, and we hate the fact that we like our sin at the same time. Until we embrace that, we cannot see that Jesus comes and steps in and says, I can be the person that you could never be for yourself. I can be the person that you could never be for yourself. I am the person that, or I could live the life that you can never live for yourself. That you could be. I'm trying to get it the way I was. I should have wrote it down, but I said that I will be. Jesus steps in and says, I will be the person that you could never be for you. So basically, Jesus comes in and says, it is finished. I will be the person that you could never be for yourself. And, it's very sobering to embrace your sin. I have a Facebook page, but I'm not really too active on it. I'm not big into the whole Facebook thing. I just find it to be too much drama, and it just kind of sucks and draws you in. But I made a nice thing in Photoshop, and it says embrace grace. And we should embrace grace, but we cannot embrace grace until we embrace our sin. We have to embrace that we died with Christ. We have to embrace that we're dead in our sins. And then we can identify that we are dead with Christ, that Christ died for us, and we are dead. We are dead in Him, and then we are resurrected with Him, and that's where we embrace the grace. So remember, you can't embrace the grace of God, which is doing for us what we could never do for ourselves, living the life that we could never live for ourselves, giving us the fulfillment that we can never fulfill ourselves with, until we embrace our sin and admit it to ourselves. It's not just admitting, a lot of times it's confessing to God, but man, you got to confess to yourself. You got to first admit to yourself that, man, I'm a sinner, and then talk to God about it. Because when you confess it to yourself, you're admitting it to yourself. You're not in denial. I mean, even the 10-steppers or 12-steppers say that in alcoholism and drug abuse, NAARA, whatever the hell it is, NA. You have to be out of denial. And as Christians, yes, we're in denial. Many people that go to church are in denial. Many people that don't go to church that are in denial. Many people that are believers are in denial of their sin. And many people that are unbelievers are in denial of their sin. They're dead in their sins. They don't even know that they're sinners, but they still are denying their sin regardless. So everybody, the gospel, many times, the good news of Christ, the good news of the gospel is that it is finished. Put your weights down. Admit who you are. Admit that you're a sinner saved by grace. You're a child of the kingdom, but you're a sinner saved by grace. And as Martin Luther said it in Latin, simul justus et peccator, simultaneously sinner and simultaneously justified. Okay, so yes, we are sinners. We are sinners, and we are justified by the grace of God. We are children of God, but in and of ourselves, we're nothing. So, I'll leave off with this. really, until you embrace your sin, until you really look inside and see really how ugly we are. And I don't mean condemning yourself, beating yourself over the head with a hammer, looking at our human nature for what it is. The little thoughts that pass through our heads that no one knows about. The things that we think about ourselves, the things that we think about others that we think God doesn't see, but he does. Just because other people don't see it, he sees everything. And until, I'm telling you, there's a freedom in this, until you embrace the fact that you can make peace with it. It is an ugly realization that we are disgusting sinners, from our thoughts to our emotions to our actions, or deeds or actions. So everybody, remember, embrace your sin, then embrace grace. Our sin is always before us. It's always one step ahead of us, our sin. The flesh is always one step ahead of us. And when everything's going smooth during the day, it's just dormant. The cancer is there. But the good news is our spirit is born again. And he is sanctifying us every day by not sinning less, but making us realize the big sinners that we already are. And then we will be Christ-like. Everybody, have a great day, great night. Take care until next time. Hope this is a blessing.